Have you ever met someone who seems intelligent and capable, yet struggles with things most people find simple, like small talk, eye contact, or adapting to changes? Or maybe you've noticed these patterns in yourself. The truth is, autism in adults often looks different from what people imagine, especially when it's mild, or what some call high functioning. That's why in this video, we'll explore 7 subtle signs of mild autism in adults, clues that often go unnoticed but could explain lifelong experiences. And toward the end, I'll guide you through a self-reflection test, a safe, non-diagnostic way to see if these traits resonate with you. Chapter 1. Why mild autism in adults often goes undetected. Autism spectrum disorder, or ASD, is often associated with childhood. We picture young kids who struggle with speech, avoid eye contact, or engage in repetitive behaviors. But here's the thing, autism doesn't disappear in adulthood. It simply evolves. And for many adults, especially those with mild or high-functioning autism, the signs are subtle, complex, and easy to overlook. Why does this happen? First, many adults learn to mask. Masking means imitating social behaviors, like copying gestures, forcing eye contact, or memorizing conversation scripts just to blend in. From the outside, they look normal. Inside, it's draining. Second, many were misdiagnosed, or not diagnosed at all, as children. Decades ago, autism awareness was limited. Boys were often labeled as shy or quirky. Girls were even more likely to be missed, since their symptoms often present differently. Finally, society's expectations reward adaptation. If someone holds a job, maintains a family, or seems outwardly functional, their deeper struggles often remain hidden. This is why so many adults only discover their autism later in life, sometimes in their 30s, 40s, or even 50s, when they finally connect the dots. Chapter 2. 7 subtle signs of mild autism in adults. Now let's uncover the 7 most common but easily overlooked traits. As you listen, see if any of these feel familiar. Social interactions feel like work. For most people, conversations are automatic, but for many autistic adults, every interaction feels like problem solving. Small talk isn't enjoyable, it's exhausting. Eye contact feels unnatural, even uncomfortable. You may rehearse what to say before speaking or replay it afterward, worrying you said the wrong thing. Imagine this. You're at a work meeting. Colleagues are chatting casually, tossing jokes around. You're listening carefully, analyzing the tone, trying to decide when to jump in. By the time you think of something, the moment has passed. The effort is invisible to others, but for you, it feels like running mental gymnastics, a strong need for routine. Everyone likes routine, but autistic adults often depend on it. A sudden schedule change can trigger stress, even panic. Favorite restaurants, grocery aisles, or routes to work become sacred. Routines aren't just habits, they're anchors. Example, your office changes the coffee machine and suddenly your day feels off. While others adjust easily, you feel unsettled until you can reestablish control. It's not about being picky. It's about stability in a world that often feels unpredictable. 3. Deep, intense interests. One hallmark of autism is the presence of special interests. These aren't just hobbies. They're passions that bring joy, focus, and comfort. You might know everything about astronomy, coding, trains, art history, or nutrition science. Time disappears when you're absorbed in your topic. Picture this. You're at dinner, someone mentions a health trend. Before you know it, you've launched into a 20-minute explanation about insulin resistance, citing studies and practical tips. Others may seem glazed over, but for you, it's pure joy. This depth of focus often leads autistic adults to become experts in their chosen fields. Sensory sensitivities. The world feels louder, brighter, and sharper than it does for others. Clothing tags feel unbearable. Certain food textures cause discomfort. Loud crowds or flashing lights feel overwhelming. Imagine walking into a shopping mall. Music is blasting, fluorescent lights are buzzing, people are rushing around, the smell of perfumes fills the air. For someone with autism, this isn't mildly annoying. It's a full sensory assault. Many adults simply avoid these environments, not realizing that sensory processing differences are part of autism. Difficulty reading social cues. Social communication is often where subtle autism shows itself. Sarcasm can be confusing. Subtle hints or unspoken rules may go unnoticed. Facial expressions are harder to interpret. Example, a coworker says, "Oh great, another meeting," in a sarcastic tone. You respond with enthusiasm only to realize later they were joking. This isn't about intelligence. It's about processing language more literally. Preference for solitude, but not always lonely. Many autistic adults need solitude the way others need water. Social gatherings leave you drained, even if you enjoy them. Alone time is restorative, not isolating. It's about recharging, not rejecting others. Think of it like this. Extroverts recharge by being around people. Autistic adults often recharge by being alone, where the noise of the world finally quiets down. Masking and camouflaging. Perhaps the most invisible trait, masking. You copy body language, tone, or phrases to fit in. You hide stimming behaviors like tapping or rocking. You memorize scripts for social interactions. Masking often helps in school or work settings, but it comes with a cost: burnout, anxiety, and a feeling of not being truly yourself. Chapter 3. Why recognizing these signs matters. Understanding these signs isn't about labeling, it's about clarity. For relationships, it helps partners, friends, and family understand why you act or feel differently. For mental health, many adults with undiagnosed autism experience anxiety or depression. Recognizing the root cause can bring relief. For self-acceptance, realizing I'm not broken, my brain just works different. Chapter 4, the self-reflection test. Now let's do a simple test. Important, this is not a diagnosis. Only a licensed professional can diagnose autism. This is a self-reflection tool to help you recognize patterns. Answer yes or no. Do social interactions often feel mentally exhausting, even when they go well? Do you rely on routines and feel stressed when they're disrupted? Do you have deep interests you could talk about for hours, even if others don't share them? Are you unusually sensitive to sounds, lights, smells, or textures? Do you sometimes misunderstand jokes, sarcasm, or indirect hints? Do you need alone time to recharge after socializing? Do you often mask or play roles to fit into social situations? As a child, were you considered shy, quiet, or quirky? Do you find group conversations overwhelming, but one-on-one easier? Do you ever feel like you're acting in social situations instead of being yourself? Scoring. If you answered yes to 4 or more, these experiences may reflect traits linked with mild autism. If you answered yes to 7 or more, it may be worth seeking an evaluation from a professional. Chapter 5. What to do if this resonates. If you connected with these signs, here are next steps. Learn more. Books like Unmasking Autism by Devin Price or The Complete Guide to Asperger's Syndrome by Tony Atwood can be eye-opening. A professional evaluation. Psychologists and psychiatrists can perform adult autism assessments. Find community. Online groups and local support networks offer connection and validation. Practice self-compassion. Remember, autism is not a flaw. It's a difference in how the brain processes the world. Many autistic adults thrive once they understand themselves better. Chapter 6. Final thoughts. Mild autism in adults often goes unrecognized, not because it's rare, but because it hides in plain sight. For many, life has felt like being different without knowing why. Understanding these 7 subtle signs can change everything, not for labeling, but for empowerment. And if these traits sound familiar, know this: you're not alone. Countless adults discover autism later in life, and with that discovery comes relief, clarity, and strength. If this video helped you, give it a like and share it with someone who might need to hear it. Don't forget to subscribe to Next Level Vitality, where we explore practical, science-based insights to help you live with clarity, health, and confidence. And always remember, this video is for education, not diagnosis. If you feel these signs resonate deeply, consider reaching out to a healthcare professional for proper guidance. Thank you for watching, and take good care of yourself.